Hey guys, um, making another video. Hopefully, nothing happens on this one. The second time I'm making this, mainly because right after I started it, the dog started barking. But anyways, as you could tell, I'm back at my parents' place just for temporarily, um, just till I can figure out what I'm gonna be doing. Um, so yeah, the this video is going to be pretty much on an update of what's been going on. I was starting to make more uploads on this channel, and I'll still be making uploads on this channel. I've been continuing to make uploads, but things haven't really been that easy so far for me. So the reason why I moved was from me getting out of a bad situation. I had pretty much been living at this place for almost a year, and while a lot of things were going on and whatnot, none of it was brought up to me, and pretty much didn't know the how fast things could go south, so to say, at that spot. So basically, I moved in October, I believe, and it was more so a last minute decision because my parents pretty much had put a time limit on it, and they realized how big of a problem it is to do something like that because stuff happens. I had a place to go a couple months or about a month or so before that, and then I was told I could get the spot, there was nobody looking for it. It was a lie. There was somebody looking for it before me, and she had said that when she had already made the commitment with the other person, which was kind of not a great move. Not very nice. But the other thing is that I went into this place with the expectations of the way that I believed I was going to be living at the time. So I oversaw some small minor issues. Didn't really have much issues at the house too much, except for a the owner, Rick Parker. He never cleaned the kitchen very much, and I mean that was kind of a big deal to me. And stealing food, stealing TV tray dinners, eating just a lot of my food, and just beers and stuff. And now I got that solved and fixed pretty well with getting my own fridge and everything, which he was not happy, and it was pretty obvious he wasn't happy because he thought that he was losing out on his free food and stuff. Um, and this guy basically, it should have been a red flag at the time, but I saw that, and I mean I kept once I started keeping things in my room, it wasn't much of an issue. Um, but the other issue is that I found out he was an addict, a heroin addict, and basically a drug addict, heroin, meth, all that stuff, and pretty much that's where I kind of pulled the plug because there was there was a couple of people. I don't know if I'll be able to show the photos. Probably not, but so we had video footage from the neighbors that these people had came and had chased one of the roommates one of my roommates that basically back into the house with a gun. So basically, came under the impression of, oh, this is it's off that guy and that's it. Um, Later found out that not only is the owner d- dealing with hardcore drugs, he's also a drug dealer. So once I found that out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. He was very pissed off by that because he did not want me to leave because I became his only source of income, besides doing drugs and his other jobs and weird things. But um, so yeah, so unfortunately because of that, I never got the direct deposit that he was supposed to be sending me. I've asked him multiple times. He's made a hilarious accusation being like, "Oh, you smoked, you were doing drugs and stuff," which wasn't the case, and it's pretty funny because yeah, that whole house smells like drugs because you smoke a lot of pot and stuff. So it was, I don't know. This guy, he doesn't really think very well, and it's pretty obvious the decisions and stuff he makes is not very smart. So pretty much, I was going to be getting out of that situation, which was too bad because he was actually starting to make efforts to make the place look nice because he realized that nobody's going to want to live at a place that looks like a pot house. And I think it's funny that he's probably talking shit about me because he talks shit about all of his old roommates. And it's funny because he was also talking to me about how I was his favorite roommate. He was talking to everybody about that. Um, but I knew I had to get out of that situation. Um, and I did. And it was total harassment. The last couple months. Banging on the door at like 10 p.m. to like basically yell at me, which is pretty rude. And I've had video footage of this and all of that. But um, playing music at like 11, 3, and stuff like that. Now you might be thinking, okay, this is normal, but I worked the night shift. I talked to him about it. He was okay with it. Um, and whatnot. It's like it's funny why he's talking about, oh, I'm not gonna give you a deposit because you're smoking, because he was the one that started talking about like, because he was talking about drugs and stuff. He was like, you can smoke, you can do this, you can do that, you can use this and that, and I was like, oh well. I know you're saying that, but I know you're gonna try to use it against me because that seems like the person you are, and I was right. Um, So this guy basically was not good news, and I had to leave out of that situation. Um, so basically moved out, and I'm with my parents, and I'll be here for a little while. Just so till I can figure out what I'm gonna be doing next. Um, as you can tell, I was busy with things, so I wasn't uploading for some time. I was hanging out with a good friend of mine, a friend, and she she went through something pretty major, and so yeah, so with that it priorities change, and YouTube was last thing on my mind. Work wise, I made changes with work due to issues going on at work. harassment, sexual harassment, and tons of other things. And that's not just with me; it's with coworkers and when people are making fun of somebody that's trans and whatnot. I mean, it's just I'm not gonna work for a company, and I've decided this that there's people that could care less and whatnot and be like, oh, this person does this. To me, it matters somewhat because there's I got ties to people that there's been abuse and whatnot, and it's just it's something that I don't really want to be a part of or promote. Um, and I guess it's more so like if I did not know, I wouldn't know, so I would have no problem working. But since I do know and I was asked for help by a couple of other people, I am definitely going to be I put down and putting my 2 cents in. So that's why I left my old job, Rayleigh's, and I'm working at Walmart. And um, that situation, I think it's really sad how things are gone because there are people that think it's for a specific reason when it's not even related, not even remotely, as much. It had to deal with them and pretty much them alone, the people that are harassing, and the fact that my um, my friend at the time, my girlfriend, had this major thing happen that she almost did die, and she could have died twice, and I had to step. I wanted to do what I can to step in and everything. And I mean, when I did start working at Walmart, it was probably the best decision I made for the time because it helped me financially, but it also helped me take my mind off of a lot of things. And um, I mean, I don't know if you guys knew, but I was like dirt poor. Like I had no money in my any of my bank accounts, my saving or my checking. I had no money at one point. Um, I was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, and I mean, it was pretty much at that point. That's when I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. The rent, the guy who I was renting the room from, pretty much was charging me $1,000, and I was like, no, I'm not spending $1,000. And when trying to talk to him about it like a regular person, he had temper tantrums and would bang on doors and stuff and just cuss and just pretty much be immature. And that's what happens when you're dealing with somebody with drugs that aren't the smartest and they end up being stupid. A very annoying thing. So that was pretty much really the reason why I left the job. There was nowhere to go pretty much because of fake rumors and stuff that really just killed any chance of me being able to probably move up and whatnot. So it was really just it was the manager. So the acting manager at that job had left. The replacement, a nice guy, probably wasn't ready and kept, from what I understand, kept things hidden often. And this is what other coworkers were saying and whatnot. So I don't know it's if it's like word for word and stuff like that. I won't get into that for stuff, but basically, I knew that I was told that management by the people that were being harassed were notified of all this stuff. So management knows all about this. Yet they didn't do anything. So if somebody feels like their life is threatened or their identity is threatened, like their identity was exposed and they're being harassed, made fun of for the reasons that I'm not gonna say. It just shows that it's a bad representation of the company. And I could have gone back to the company. I could have gone back to that store or a different store location, but I didn't even want to go back to that company because it's already, to me, it's tarnished. That trust and everything that I had is tarnished, and I did everything I could. Talk to union and everything. I did what I could, and I mean, I hope that I had done enough to help make the people that were affected by these people's actions. I hope I helped them somehow in some way. I know that they did get their voice heard. There was a few people that did speak up and whatnot, and I think that was something that was taken away due to threats and whatnot of getting fired. And they take that chance, and I think that's really, it's something admirable and something strong. Now, with that being said, let me check to see how long it's on here. Okay, so I got a little bit more time. So, basically, right now at the point that I'm at a stable job. I'm at Walmart. Hopefully I can get another job. I'm still trying to figure out what it would be. It's got to be something that I could use, that I could fill up the rest of my free time with. And the other thing is moving. I could move. I found out the great news that the apartments I could move into an apartment, and there's tons of apartments I could be moving into. I've been saving up a lot of money, and that's the other thing, is saving. I've been saving a ton of money quickly too, and I think that once everything is done and I'm ready to leave, I'll be pretty much almost at the position that I was at before. And that's another thing too, is that I've learned is, while I might have hit rock bottom, maybe not, but once you get to the point that you're down enough, there's nowhere to go but up, and you can always make that decision to move on and move up and be better and etc. But you got to take the action. One thing I've learned from moving on from Rayleigh's is to take action. While I don't work there and played with fake rumors and stuff like that, hilarious was it that, like, for one, like, I was told I was threatening people to stay away from some chick and something like that. And I think it's hilarious because that's really where all the fake rumors go towards, is towards that, when I had a girlfriend at the time. And I think it's more amusing, if anything. But it is what it is. But it's just amusing that people will just be so narrow-minded. So pretty much, just making sure that, like, you take that action, because while all that's happened, do I regret doing it? No. Um, if I'm going to be losing a ton of friends and have one really good friend that I know that person knows that I'm the person to trust because I backed up what I say. And I always tell people that if we're going to be friends, like, I'm the person that will have your back, as long as you have my back. Um, if you don't have my back, just talk to me about it. I'm a pretty understanding person, but yeah, it's got to be a mutual respect, and that's really what it was. It went through a mutual respect, and with the people that I had their back for, I'd rather have them as friends than the people that are assholes that wanna act like they're nice, but they're really not. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I hope you understand what I'm saying, but I might have said it not the right way. But that's that's the point. So, unfortunately, this is typically the time that I usually am close to waking up at because I'm working the night crew shift. I just feel working this shift, I'll be able to get another job somewhere else and be able to make more money that way because I just want to be working on getting the money right now. That's really what my purpose is, to rebound. So anyways, hope you guys like this video of this update. Sorry this is probably not a video that you're looking for, but hope you guys get a better understanding of what's been going on and why the videos aren't what they were, and hopefully I can get them to be what they were, and hopefully I'm able to get in the position that it's more like a sink or swim situation, and I'm pretty much just going all in, just not necessarily just to get to where I was, but much further than that. And I have to do it in a little amount of time, and yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. And yeah, sorry again that I'm so tired. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.